I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good day, Daniel J. Harris. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful day?
I'm doing fine, man. It's been busy. As you know, I tried with you, then I had to run to an appointment. I did that. I got back. There's a guy, John Vincent, who is just an exceptional character. He does these audio that he does hypnosis. He does NLP, which is neurolinguistic language programming. So you know how we have this internal talks with ourselves, and he works with people on making the negative a positive, and he has a lot of audio that has the binaural beats, and I don't know how familiar with it, but it's very interesting stuff.
So what, did you go to that appointment? Is that the appointment you went to?
I interviewed him on Skype.
Oh, you interviewed him. Okay. For your podcast. Yeah, tell us about your podcast. Well, I mean, before all of that, what part of the world are you in right now?
Well, I'm originally from Michigan. In fact, I was born in the same city, hospital, and room as Madonna.
Wow.
It's a funny little, I get a lot of weird reactions from that one.
Yeah.
Based in Michigan, but I'm over in Europe. I'm in Holland, Breda, and it's about an hour. I went from an hour north of Detroit, Rock City, to an hour south of Sweet Home, Amsterdam.
Wow. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
It is my podcast, the Soupy Gato Show, that is in all styles from all over the world, music program that I've been doing for, the first one was recorded in late December of 2005, posted in 2006, so...
Well, that means that what did you post it as, like a podcast at that point in time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wow.
Podcast. In fact, it probably is the very first all styles of music podcast there is.
Wow.
I was able to find an earlier one in this one, but...
That's good. I just came off our conversation with Matt Bradley Shergi, and he had a gaming podcast, right? At that point in time with like Mario Brothers music, and he's speaking in between it, 2005. So like we're getting the veterans here running one after the next,
old
right?
School. Grandfathers.
Old school is the best school, right? Old school is the best school. But most definitely, hey, I jumped in, got to listen to what you do with the music there. Pretty amazing stuff. It was really cool listening in terms of like working and having that music on the side playing. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there have been the ups and downs. It's been almost 12 years, right? Why will you continue to repeat this skill, Daniel?
I don't know. And I've had to take some breaks. There was one year I moved like 4 times. So there was a period that I came here to Holland back. So I've had some spots for almost a year. There was no shows. But I just keep at it. It's something I love.
Yeah. Well, tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Well, writing's probably my biggest passion. For me, music, I kind of say music's been my best friend and writing's been my lover. That sort of makes sense. Music's always been what gets me through times, and writing is much more of an internal process. So that's something that I really enjoy. Just making short stories is my big thing. I don't know if they'd necessarily be for kids, but sometimes they turn out on those lines. So it's what keeps me sane. It keeps me crazy.
Which comes first, the chicken or the egg, the writing or the music?
Well, I have a CD out that I predominantly did the writing for. So, in fact, I meet up with my, it's called Nagmit. That's the name of our duo/band. So writing, I think, when it comes to the artistic, personal aspects, writing definitely comes first. The music show, other people are so much involved that... And when we were number one for like 3 years straight, but I had a team of 5 others with me, and I have a couple other people, that work with the show right now, but not on the same level that we were able to do it. I wasn't basically married with children at that time, so family has to be first.
Yeah.
So in fact, I took a year off to be the homeschool teacher of my girlfriend's son. So
Wow.
yeah,
How
I'm glad I
intriguing is
did
that?
it.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's really all right. So what's happening is I'm stuck in between so many memories, right? During these podcasts, that it feels as though I am literally on a time machine, because one guy can be 60 or 70, or one guy could be 20 or 18, right? And what's happening is I actually like just heard the echo of what your voice can sound like in the next 20 years, which is, hey, I'm really glad I did that at that point in time, because the value of it is one that keeps on going. Just like the 80-year-old who said, when I was whatever age, I stayed home for 1 year. Do you understand what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. And his name is Yal, and I call him Yalbert Einstein, and
Wow.
I call him the Southern Manny because I lived in Florida and I lived in Texas, and y'all want something to eat, y'all, it's y'all. So the Southern Manny, I think that's such a funny nickname, but
Yeah.
Yalbert Einstein is what I call him most. But he went from, a year staying at home with me to the next year he was the valedictorian for his school.
Wow. Well done, Daniel. Well
So
done. Well done.
yeah,
Suggest
thank
to
you.
someone that's listening why they should do what you've done by being laser focused with your decisions and making the sacrifice that's necessary to fulfill it.
Well, growing up in the area that there was no radio show that would play, say, Judas Priest next to Prince, next to Cyndi Lauper, next to the Sex Pistols, next to Rachmaninoff, Tchaikovsky. And I'm like, hey, I can't be the only one here that is this open-minded with music. I played French horn growing up, and I grew up with my grandparents, so I listened to Sinatra and they say, if you want something and there isn't, get up off your butt and do it. And that's what I did. I'm still doing it. So if there's something that you're passionate about and nobody's doing it, do it.
Love it.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it live here with Daniel G. Harris. Again, he is the podcast host and owner of now, am I pronouncing this correctly when I say the Soupy Gato Show? Am I doing
No.
that? No? I killed it, didn't I? Do it for us.
The Soupy Gato Show.
Soupy
Gato.
Soupy Gato.
Spanish for cat.
There we go. Well, Daniel, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Daniel, what is your earliest childhood memory?
I was either 3, 4, 5, somewhere right in there. I'm guessing 4, but we had like these goldfish and guppies, and it had rained. And in the front yard and our driveway, there was these puddles of water. And the room that they were in was very dark, and I just thought they needed to be out in the sunshine. So I reached in there and I grabbed them, and I put them in there. And then to bring them back in, I put them in my pocket, and I forgot. And they got washed. And I killed the guppies. And that was a bit traumatic for me, and I've never taken fish for walks anymore. Fish aren't good on walks. So, yeah.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Yeah, well, it was pretty traumatic. Pretty traumatic, but it's I think because of the killing of my uncle was very much a hunter, and I killed a squirrel once, and I cried, and he's like, yeah, I knew that was the end of hunting for you. But I think because of the taking of the life that I learned a valuable lesson, and I've never I don't kill. I don't do that anymore. I don't. I think that's why it was such a etched. There possibly is one earlier where I was sitting on the floor, and we had these the ventilation grates were on the floor, and I was leaning up against it, and I didn't want to go to school, and that may be slightly earlier, and I think it was the fact that I just didn't want to go to school, which was kind of a regular thing for me all through school. I didn't want to be there, but now I'm an avid reader. I have dyslexia, which I refer to as listexia, just to have some fun with it. I literally, I was suicidal growing up because of how difficult it was for me to read. But I overcame it, and now I'm a writer, an avid reader, and
Bringing up an Einstein, right? Helping an Einstein grow. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Absolutely.
I love the idea of you being that person who does the thing that needs to get done. And as much as it can cause pain at times, it's so important that it gets done. Of course, with time, you've learned how not to kill the fishes. But most definitely, you've been very keen to understanding your inner voice of I do not want to do this, or I do want to do this. And it's really amazing to see the seesaw effect of the two memories where you did not want to go to school and one where you wanted to save the fishes and you did that. And that for me is intriguing how it connects.
That's that's very interesting, because I've never really, I knew that there were, my earliest memories, and I never put them together in that correlation. So thank you for
you're welcome.
Giving me a nice spin on my own life. Yeah, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, you're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Oh, I made a list of these. But I know that really on top was either Stray Cat Struts or Electric Avenue. Stray Cat Struts, of course, by the Stray Cats, and Eddie Grant did Electric Avenue. But yeah, if I will just quickly
run through. Just do that justice.
Okay, Eye of the Tiger, huge one too. Come on, Feel the Noise. Mr. Roboto, You Got Another Thing Coming by Judas Priest. Twilight Zone by Golden Earring. Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. I Love It Loud by Kiss. White Wedding by Billy Idol. Rainbow in the Dark by Dio. That's basically it.
Wow, he said basically. Yeah, it does speak to who you are, right? It's just fascinating. Wow, the variation that's in there. Amazing stuff. Well, Daniel, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Daniel?
Yes.
Daniel, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes, I think so.
Are you married?
Not legally, but in the eyes of the Dutch government, yes.
Do you have children?
Natasha has 2 wonderful kids.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, but not the way society views it.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yeah.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Well, I didn't own a TV for years. We have one, but we don't even have cable. I do watch programs that I find on the computer, but I don't sit in front of the TV at all.
And what about that? The computer or the phone? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
The computer, because I work at it way more most days. The phone, no. I have a baseball game on it that I play once in a while, but yeah, I'm not on the phone very much.
Daniel, if you had to share with us a statement that represents who you are, your own unique real statement, what would you say that is?
Please be cool. Please be wise.
Love it. Do not put the fish in your pocket and forget them. Please be cool. Please be wise. Daniel, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Keep being amazing, and please be cool, and please be wise.
I love it. Daniel Harris, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. And you can check out soupygato.com. So thanks.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.